This is a part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news about what's going on in the world of HasanAbi Piker. In between the time period where I press the start streaming button, press the stop streaming button, so help me God, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. All right, he fixed it. He fixed it. No, not evacuate. There is no real fire. My dad is just making creme brulee, dude. That's what it is, okay? Do you want to know what it is? He put creme brulee in the oven because he loves his little treats, okay? Do you understand? That's what's going on right now. He put creme brulee in the oven and he cooked it too hard. And now it's, you know, it's just causing the alarms to go off. Now he's saying, don't gossip about me. Anyway, this is a part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news, like I said. So last night, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and MBs, last night, I ended the broadcast. I was tired. I've been really putting my whole pussy into this commentary shit. You know what I mean? I've been going crazy over it, and then I've been getting a little tired by the end of like 6 hours, 7 hours. You already know what it is, but basically, doing too much politics. I gotta definitely scale it back a little bit. And I know I say that all the time, and then it's like very difficult to do so because there's so much going on in the world, so much madness, so much craziness. Your One Piece take is going viral again. Hell yeah. Of course it is, because it's true. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, end of the broadcast. What did I do? Literally nothing. I watched a little bit of the Good Lord Bird, the Good Reverend John Brown's story with my dad. And then I slammed a protein shake with Beam, and I went to bed again. I went to bed at 9, passed out by 10, woke up at 7. Another great, like almost 9-hour sleep session. Woke up early, feeling revitalized, feeling pretty good. Went in, tackled the day's leg day, as you guys already know if you're following closely what I do. Obviously I also have this growth growing on the side of my dome. It's 2 now. There's 2 of them. They're 2 massive cystic acnes that simply will not go away. I don't know what's happening. I think Austin and I are going to do something tonight about it. So that'll be on the Patreon, for the Fear and Patreon, for all of you that don't know. But is that white hair, Unc? Yes, of course it's white hair. I got hella white hairs on my beard. You're growing it, baby. You're MPreg. Yeah. Also, check it. Check it. Nothing. Just a quick 310 ski. Look at that depth. You already know what it is. Look at those ass cheeks. Those ass cheeks that crush quarters, baby. God damn. Lululemon shorts, for those of you asking. Not competition depth. Okay, calm your freaking titties, okay? This is perfectly permissible depth, okay? That's crazy. Y'all want me to do ass to grass, and like some people can do it, but it's 90 degrees, man. It's 90 degrees. Not with that wobbly ass form. Watch one HasanAbi stream materializing. Oh, I saw this one. This one was funny. But anyway, bad form, not deep enough, fake weights, knee pads plus belt. Yeah, yo, it's like sub 90 if you actually pay attention to it. It's like sub 90 for most of them, except for the last one. For me, my first 4 to 5 are just like, they're burners. I can just rip them. And then I hit the 5th one and I'm like, oops, don't have that dog in me no more. And you'll like, if you notice, that last one was the 6th one, and the 6th one is just not great form at all. The 6th one is not great. Who the fuck wears knee pads squatting dumb chatter? Wait, what? No, the knee pads that I'm wearing do help. They do help, but it's more so just to pack my knees because I have knee issues. What is the green plate? It looks thin, 25. No, the red plate are 55 pounders. Blue plates are 45 pounders. The green plate, I think, is like, they're kilograms. They're Turkish weights. But basically the total, all of those are kilogram weights. And I think it gets up to like 310 or something. Yeah. They're Turkay, I think, or Turkson or something. I don't know, but they're kilogram weights. How much did your weights cost? I don't know. This is not mine. People think this is my backyard. It's not my backyard. But damn, bro, lives in Turkish. Yeah. Whole bakeries here, baby. You already know what it is. Yeah, I saw this one's going viral and the comments are cooking, it seems. since this whole Joey slash the anime discourse is happening, I'd like to bring back this Trash Taste episode they had with Hasan. And I have no idea what the Joey anime man discourse is at all. And I don't even care to know what it is at all. But apparently it's something. Okay. But it seems like they found one of my OG, the first Trash Taste episode that I did that actually got a lot of play at the time. Here, let's take a look. As you guys know, it's so funny because this is like a couple years ago. And while a lot of people will now say, no, duh, I do think that at the time when I was talking about like the deeply embedded political themes within One Piece, like at the time when I was first like bringing it up, there was definitely a lot of people who were disagreeing with me. Those people have quieted down. Obviously, Luffy has become like this, the Straw Hats, the Straw Hats pirates, and their banner has become like a rallying cry universally against imperialism and oppression. So it's a funny time to just like relitigate this. But I do think that it's one of my takes that just aged so perfectly. Okay, I cannot see. I mean, this is one of my perhaps best aged takes of all time in the halls of greats.
A very political anime, Connor.
That's okay. Well,
it is a very political.
What?
Anime.
You told me One Piece is very political.
Yes.
What aspect?
Oh my God, yes, I love this. Okay. This is gonna piss off everybody, but I'm so right about this, even though like I'm okay, first of all, again, maybe a little bit too long as an arc. He's quite literally about like, indigenous populations being removed from their land and like violently trying to find autonomy and emancipation through violent means directly against like an enemy that is much more powerful than them. Right. That is like, that's like a land back movement, which is inherently very political, very leftist.
Literally Israel. I'm talking about, I am talking about in that episode, the arc that I'm talking about is the, which one was it? The one in the Skypiea. Skypiea was about like the violence that resistance movements engage in when they are trying to when they're on a just cause, on a journey to self-determination. One Piece is based on a true story, lol. Okay, I don't know about that, but then there's obviously the healthcare arc. I mean, Oda cooks pretty hard.
I feel like I watched a different. I read it.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to describe this to him. He's like, "What are you talking about?"
I was like, "Man, I saw funny gum man."
Yeah.
To be fair, like Connor is memeing. Like he's leaning into it. He's not like oblivious. He's just doing that to make the conversation be more exciting because you need to have friction. And I think a lot of people don't understand that, where they think like, oh no, he's just dumb. He's stupid. He doesn't think it's like political at all. Like, I don't think it's like, I think these guys are aware that One Piece is political, okay? Or at least they're certainly aware now, but so proud we bullied you into watching it.
It's about having fun with your friends and being free.
Yeah,
what?
Exactly.
I mean, first of all, Luffy is a terrorist. He is. I mean, he literally is. He's fighting.
I hate that you're kind of right.
Yes,
I fucking hate that you're kind of right.
Yeah, he is a freedom fighter in the most like honorable sense of the word.
Yeah.
He is quite literally fighting against an unjustifiable, corrupt military apparatus that is like holding the entire world hostage, the world government and the Navy. He's literally killing cops. Like he's killing sea cops, and motherfuckers are like, no, that's not politics. What do you mean? That's just like gum man having fun.
I mean, the thing is, like, I remember you saying this yesterday when we were having dinner, and I was just like, I think with One Piece, just because of the art style and just the way things are, how funny Rubberman. Yeah. Of course, you can take it at that level, and it's still very, very interesting stories. But if you break down some of the stuff that happens, half of it is Luffy going up against a corrupt government or corrupt.
The only aspect I argue with you on is that Luffy's cause isn't completely admirable. Dragon definitely fits that mold, though. No, the point for Luffy is that he is supposed to be gum-like in every way, shape, or form. Okay, where he's just a normie dude who wants to fucking eat food and be nice to people that are harmed. And the entire purpose of it is that you can be a normal guy and still recognize right from wrong. And as a normal dude who has no political convictions whatsoever can be empathetic. And that, by the way, is how normal people operate. We spend so much time trying to define political constructs around incredibly simple concepts such as be kind to people. That's what's so wild about modern American political discourse where like half of the shit that we're talking about when people go, that's woke, is like, no, that's just like a regular person, dude. What do you mean? That's just like a person who's not an asshole, okay? You're describing a person who's not a fucking asshole, who doesn't immediately go, I don't understand what's going on here, and therefore I despise it, I hate it, we must kill it with fire. Like, if you don't have that kind of opinion, then you're automatically political. Like, we make it seem as though empathy and being kind to others, you know, Christian values, Muslim values, Jewish values, values that are baked into every religion, by the way, be kind to your fucking neighbors, is now somehow a political message, a bold political message. I think it's a representation of like what our current political discourse, our back and forth looks like now, and how deteriorated it has become. That all of a sudden being empathetic to random people who have done nothing to you, unconditionally being kind to them is somehow an issue. It's really stupid. It's really dumb. And people will turn around and be like, you're virtue signaling. It's like, well, thank you for recognizing that it's a virtue, I guess, but I don't think so. I think I'm just being a fucking normal person. And I hope that you can be a normal person as well. What the frick, man? One Piece Nelson Mandela video about you. What is this? Only aspect I argue on you with is that Luffy's cause isn't completely admirable. Oh yeah, that's what you said already. Oh yeah, this is the, yes, One Piece is that deep from the Par Vision. Yeah, this video came out like way back in the day. I guess that take is going viral again. We should do this more often. We should bring back my old takes more often, you know, so that people understand that I was right back then, and maybe they can like reconsider what I might be right about right now. Because like there are so many things that you can point to, whether it's like me talking about Israel, me talking about healthcare, me talking about immigration, me talking about all these other things that the Republicans are doing and how devastating it will look like, and how the Democrats need to fucking take action. I miss the social Hasan era. The social Hasan era hasn't gone away. It's just been backpocketed. I was already making the move to be more social and do more like not inherently political shit. I did the Chad Vice and I did all that stuff. The problem is that there's been a very obvious setback in that. There is unfortunately an obvious setback there because of, one, all the political incidents that have taken place, and two, how those political incidents have had some pretty significant consequences in how much I can go out in the real world and socialize with other people. As I said already, I'm not going to TwitchCon, not because I'm worried about my own safety, but I'm literally not going to TwitchCon because I'm worried about the safety of others. I don't want to put them in the fucking crosshairs if some psycho freak decides like, I'm going to go there. I'm very publicly not going to TwitchCon for that reason. So make with that information, do with that information what you will, right? The clip resurfacing has nothing to do with One Piece. They're showing trash taste, trash media literacy, anime tourism discourse in logs. Yeah, I don't know what that kind of stuff is about. I mean, look, I'm not a purist by any sense of the word, and I never will be. And I always have welcomed people coming in to any kind of hobby that I have. Coming into any kind of hobby that I have, I think is a great thing. I never understood that anger and resentment that Gamergate Andes had towards like women coming into to the gaming space either. I'm like, that's awesome. I have more people to talk about with my hobbies. Like, who gives a shit? That's great. The more the merrier. The more people are interested, the more money they put into these projects, and the more we can get incredible content. I'm super stoked on that shit. So that's I don't really know. I've never been a gatekeeper at all. I'm not a gatekeeper when it comes to socialism. I'm not a gatekeeper when it comes to my personal hobbies. I don't really understand it. Like, I don't understand the need for wanting to keep this like this special pure thing. But I don't really know what the discourse is either, but I suspect that it's probably misunderstandings on every side, because that's usually how it goes on the internet. You are with your restaurants? Yeah, because I don't want motherfuckers to. Yeah, well, that's different. But yeah, glad to see the OG One Piece's political take going viral again. Maybe this will open up some people's perspective a little bit on being more open-minded to where I'm coming from. Buy an ocean bottle, mate? Why? I got a twitch.tv mug right here. Yeah, also, when I gatekeep where I go and eat food at is because I don't want motherfuckers stalking my ass. That's a little different, don't you think? Anyway, this was a cool video that I saw.
The right has really made me fall in love with Hasan Piker. And not in that, oh, he's our liberal Jesus type of way. But after hearing some criticism about him and actually sitting down on a couple of live streams and watching some of his videos, it reassured me one thing about the left. And if you hear this come out my mouth and you really want to challenge me on this, you really think this is something wild, I dare you to go listen to a couple of live streams this week when you have a chance. Listen to a couple of podcasts from both the left and the right this week and compare notes. Because
dick riding is cringe. I mean, this is proof in the pudding, man. I always tell you, like, if you have people in your life that have this like ridiculous opinion over me, and they're like kind of like-minded individuals, they're like liberals or whatever, just literally ask them to watch one stream, okay? Because if you do, you're gonna very quickly realize that all of the shit that people have designed in their minds about this like evil being that I am is just negative framing. You don't have to watch for 8 hours. Watch for fucking 10 minutes, and you will very quickly arrive at your own conclusion. This is something that you can easily do. And if streams are inaccessible, make them watch a YouTube video or something on an issue that they care about, that you know that I align with them on, right? You don't stream for 8 hours? Okay, man. The couple of days where I don't stream for 8 hours, all of a sudden I'm not an 8-hour Andy. How is this? How is this possible? How is this possible?
Notice the right is very big about saying like Hasan Piker is anti-American. The left is very violent. When you sit down and you actually listen to this guy, you actually listen to these people, you realize these are some dorks. And I mean that in the most affectionate way. On a silly note, Hasan Piker is a really dorky dude. He has a very fun energy to him. But even now, as I'm watching him break down the Charlie Kirk shooter information, there's been a couple of days, new information's been coming out. We're breaking it down. I've noticed something that I'm not seeing a lot of right-wing commentators do. You know, Hasan Piker is sitting here and he's watching a lot of people's different reactions. He's looking at people on both the left and the right. People who claim to be independent thinkers, people who claim to be, a little more leftist, people who seem to be hard right or classic conservative. He is viewing all these people's opinions about this shooter and also looking at the shooter's information himself. And he's kind of telling us, like, I want you guys to compare. He's not telling us what to think. He's telling us to look at the information and come to our own conclusions. And that's very different than what the right's conversation about this has been. Let's use this Kirk shooter example. You hear a lot of right-wing conservatives straight blaming, straight Democrats, the left. And then you see that being pushed in their audience. But to be honest with you, everybody on the left has been breaking down this shooter's motives, has been trying to get to the bottom of what type of rhetoric has been, given to this kid to make him do what he does.
Yeah, he's saying you're like Philly D. No, I have a position, but this is something that I do care about, which is I want to show you, the exact journey that I go through in making up my mind about anything that's happening in the news. You'll see this today as well with the Dallas ICE facility shooting, right? And that doesn't mean I'm going to get it right every single time, but my goal isn't just to present to you like omissions and slam like a one-sided narrative. I will always, even if it's a thing that makes my side look unfavorable, I will always try to arrive at a truthful conclusion. Okay, he didn't say I'm apolitical in that situation, and I certainly am not. I'm not a fucking fence sitter or anything. I have a very clear opinion, right? But I will always present every side's narrative and try to arrive at the truth by looking at and analyzing, critically examining the available information. You don't want to just give us a fish. You want to teach us how we can fish on our own. Exactly. So someone says, love that more people are coming out in support of him. It's very easy to support Hasan when you actually understand his message. Even understanding controversial points that people try to bring up just brings it deeper understanding how he tackles topics beyond the crash out law. And then you hypnotize us with trigger words. What do I always say? And we drop back into the trance. Exactly. Of course. What is this? Short. New Sean vid is a banger and pretty short if you're interested later.
Hello, everyone. Today's video is...
Dog, this is 4 hours long. How are we doing this right now, man? What are we doing right now, man? What's going on with my freaking family? Anyway, my family's calling me on the family line in the midst of my stream. Anyway, what is this? I think you would like this TikTok about you.
Hasan Piker.
Yeah, I've already seen that one. All right. Let's blast off.